Now, after all of the doubting, all of the hatred, all of the backlash, even on the Republican side, when is Pam Bondi and President Trump going to indict somebody? When are the arrests going to come? Guess what? I told everybody it's only 8-9 months into the administration. Give them time. Let them get the economy right. Let them get the border straight. And once that was done and it's under control, you see the gloves coming off. And now Letitia James, Big Tish, has been officially indicted by a grand jury. Everybody who doubted, I knew that it was going to come down the pike. Why? Not for retribution, because the lady actually committed crimes. This woman, back in 83 with her father, do you know her and her father said that they were married so that she could get favorable, they can get favorable interest rates on her father's house? The father and daughter said they were married to break mortgage law. Then on the 5-unit brownstone that she has in New York, she listed it as 4 units. Why? Because anything over 4 units is considered a commercial property. So with the federal program that was going on with her 4 units, she was able to take advantage of different type of interest rate benefits, mortgage fraud. Then the Virginia property that her niece lived in, she put down that it would be her primary residence. She was going to be living on it while being the Attorney General of New York, knowing that it was a flat out lie. Yet she did it there too. Not only on the mortgages, she did it on the homeowner's insurance. She did it on any follow-up documents, if any refis or anything that took place. This lady committed fraud and is now facing $1 million in fines and up to 20 years in prison. And this is the same woman who stood up. You see the title, New York Attorney General Letitia James indicted over mortgage fraud. Now, I know you know who she is, but let's not forget, this is who this woman is.
Representing our respective states, stand up and enforce the rule of law. The president of these United States is not above the law.
No matter how rich, powerful, or politically connected you are, everyone must play by the same rules.
Please sue him for us.
Oh, we're going to definitely sue him. We're going to be a real pain in the
And now the Trump Justice Department may be a pain in her you-know-what. The Angle has obtained shocking allegations leveled by the Trump administration against New York Attorney General Letitia James.
So that was in the allegation phases, but you saw what she had to say out there on that steps. Let's also remember this. Mike Davis of the Trump administration, what he said to Big Tish James. Check this out.
Just say this to Big Tish James, the New York Attorney General. I dare you to try to continue your lawfare against President Trump in his second term, because listen here, sweetheart, we're not messing around this time, and we will put your fat ass in prison for conspiracy against rights, and I promise you that. So think long and hard before you want to violate President Trump's constitutional rights or any other American's constitutional rights. It's not going to happen again.
We've been warning people on the show, Mike, this isn't the same Trump administration. Stop messing around. Don't rig elections. Don't illegally vote. Don't try the funny business, because we know the team this time and they are not effing around.
So as you heard Mike Davis tell her, come and play the game. We're going to put your fat A in prison. Now check out CNN reporting on it. And of course, they had our favorite conservative on the news, Scott Jennings, and he had a lot to say. Check out Scott Jennings. And then I'm going to go back and update you to the article and what the breaking news is. Check this out.
If Democrats like Slogan are going to come out today and whine about selective prosecutions over Tish James, her entire career is built on the selective prosecution of one man. Now, I also believe what Elliot said. There's a process here. Everybody gets their day in court. Obviously, a grand jury saw enough evidence to bring charges. We don't know what they are, but a grand jury looked at this and says, okay, there's something here. She gets to go to court just like Comey, just like anyone else. But to me, it's just not going to fly to boo-hoo over selective prosecutions on this particular person who promised in her campaigns, who went after him on things, as Jonah said, that had no business ever happening, if not but for the man's last name being Trump. So I'm not going to.
How is that not a two wrongs make a right argument?
I'm not saying it's right or wrong. I'm saying she gets her day in court. I'm saying a grand jury saw enough evidence to bring charges, and I'm saying she gets to go to court and tell her side of the story.
These people amaze me with this whole two wrongs don't make a right. And, why does Trump have to do that? What he's doing is following up on people who broke the law to prosecute him, to try to bankrupt him, his family, that helped radicalize and entice people to attempt to take his life. Letitia James tried to take $500 million from him. She wanted to strip the Trump name off the buildings in New York, all over a Florida situation where the lender was paid back on time with interest and wanted to do business with President Trump again, where they misrepresented the value of the Mar-a-Lago home, saying it was only worth $18 million. When anybody knows where that place is located down in Palm Bay, that 18 million, you can't even get a shack down there for 18 million. A mini mansion. Mar-a-Lago is closer to $1 billion than it is by any stretch to 18 million. It was a victimless crime, which is exactly why the New York Supreme Court shot it down, overturned it. Her victory, she campaigned on this. She went after this man with reckless abandon. And so I totally feel that what she's got going on is her just due. I totally believe that. So now that it's happening, now that it's upon us, I feel it is extremely justified. So let me get off into this article and tell you exactly what's going on in this situation so you brought up the speed. If you're enjoying this video, do me a solid, hit that thumbs up because I will never ask you for a cash app or a super chat. Keep hitting that like button. It helps spread the video out. And if you aren't subscribed to the channel, subscribe. And whether you're subscribed already or subscribing now, make sure that you hit the notification bell and select all. That way, YouTube will notify you the next time I'm uploading a new video. New York State Attorney General Letitia James was indicted Thursday by a federal grand jury in Virginia on a single count of bank fraud. A source familiar with the proceedings told the Post. The indictment was handed up in Eastern District of Virginia, where former FBI Director James Comey was indicted September 25th on charges of lying to Congress and obstruction of justice. Federal housing regulator Bill Pulte referred James to the Justice Department in April, claiming that she falsified records to get sweetheart home loans for a Norfolk, Virginia property she claimed as her principal residence in 2023, while she was starting her second term as New York's top prosecutor. So do you realize that it was 45 days prior to her prosecuting President Trump for mortgage fraud, she was committing fraud on that Virginia property? The audacity of somebody to prosecute somebody for crimes that you are doing. You know why? Because they never expected him to come back to the White House. You can clear as they tell it. And some of the crimes these folks committed after he was out and Biden took over, they just knew it was Democrats selling. That's why USAID was a slush fund. Letitia James was committing mortgage fraud, allegedly, even though there's proof of it. You know, the Democrats were sending money to NGOs and not using it to take care of the people. They thought that they were just going to continue to get fat and get rich. No pun intended, with Letitia James being big tish. Stacey Abrams got $2 billion from the Biden administration, supposedly to help buy green appliances for people in Georgia, where they found maybe 2 stoves and 1 microwave. Where'd the rest of that money go? So you doggone straight. This whole thing is coming down while she was the state's top prosecutor. Pulte suggests that James had committed crimes including wire fraud, mail fraud, bank fraud, and false statements to a financial institution, among others. James, 66, has called the allegations baseless. You know, she said that these are baseless, and says she purchased the home with her niece, who uses it as a primary residence. This right here is the document. Norfolk, Virginia, Letitia James, principal residence. And she had the opportunity to change it. And as you can see, it says, I hereby declare, it's a declaration, that I intend to occupy this property as my principal residence, while she was already the Attorney General of New York. So there's no way that the liberal lamestream media can massage this. A rep for her office did not immediately respond to a request for comment. What we're seeing today is nothing less than the weaponization of the Justice Department to punish those who hold the powerful accountable. Democratic New York Governor Kathy Hochul said in a statement, she needs to be voted out. This is the property right here in Norfolk, Virginia for the niece. That's it. Her principal residence in 2023. James won a civil judgment against the Trump Organization last year for allegedly inflating the value of his real estate empire. The president was ordered to pay $355 million in penalties, but has appealed the ruling, which grew to more than $500 million with interest, which has been overturned. FBI investigators began the criminal probe in May after Pulte's referral the previous month, which also contained allegations of James misclassifying her Brooklyn brownstone as having 4 units instead of 5. That could have given her more favorable loan terms in both New York and the Virginia properties, according to Pulte. The FHFA head has also made similar accusations of mortgage fraud against Senator Adam Shifty Schiff for improperly claiming a home in Maryland was his primary residence. Now, you know they dropped his name in there as a way of letting it be known. Oh, yeah, it's coming. So, y'all, they not messing around. James Comey, Letitia James, and get ready. The lamestream liberal media is going to say, oh, it's warfare, lawfare, even though James Comey is on record under oath lying. There's whistleblowers who have come out and told he leaked information to the New York Times, then lied and said he never did it. Letitia James with these baseless allegations. There's mortgage documentation. There's an email chain where she was given the opportunity to make the adjustment and say it wasn't her primary residence. You think she did that? No. Her arrogant, smart talking, bad attitude, hate-filled self, she went ahead with it because she thought she was going to get away with it. But this woman is filled with hatred. She has no love in her heart. When you listen to her speak, it's so much rage, and she's just so loud and just such a liar. So never do I celebrate somebody going to prison unless they've done something wrong. And in this situation, Letitia James most definitely did something wrong. So good riddance to bad rubbish. I just wanted to bring y'all this report and say it's a great day for America. The Democrats, you know, they running scared now because they know the man is not playing around. So like was stated, try to vote in this election. Try to rig it if you want to. You will end up under the prison. Try to play around with our borders. Now, I believe that next is going to be these television networks that continuously lie and spread misinformation and propaganda. I'm all about free speech. Say what you want, but you won't do it on taxpayer airwaves. We're not going to be paying to be lied to. So this is just one domino, another domino that is falling, and it's a great day for America. So if you stayed and you watched this video today, and I thank you so much from the top and bottom of my heart, I hope that you enjoyed it. If you aren't subscribed to the channel, subscribe. Hit the like button if you haven't already hit the like button. Most importantly, I want you to stay safe and you be great. It's a great day in America, and I look forward to seeing you at the top. Big Tish James is going down. Over and out, y'all.